Sapporo is famous for its miso ramen, and downtown in Tsukiji, you can find a whole street dedicated to this locally loved dish. Join us today as we explore. Welcome to Tippsy. My name is Sky and we are in the heart of Sapporo City today in Tsukiji. So this is where all the fun happens when you come and visit Sapporo, and I'm going to show you around. If you like videos like this, maybe you should think about subscribing. Anyway, let's go. So if you are ever in Hokkaido, you're going to see Higuma absolutely everywhere. And this is a convenience store that you usually only see in Hokkaido. And what makes it special is it has a lot of items that are from this prefecture only. So if you see one, which you probably will, be sure to check it out. It's literally the Hokkaido version of Lawson, 7-Eleven, Family Mart, and they still have all of those convenience stores too, but I definitely recommend Higuma while you're here. Sapporo first introduced trams, also known as shiden, in 1909, but they didn't run on electricity until 1918. Tsukiji is the most popular area in Sapporo for nightlife, with plenty of bars and restaurants. It's easy to see why. This area is Tanuki-Koji, and there are 7 different sections of it, and it's basically a massive shopping arcade, and it goes from east to west of Tsukiji, and this is kind of the place to go if you want to go shopping. And yeah, it's great. It's actually covered as well, so you get protection from the snow and rain. Tanuki-Koji was first established in 1869. In 1873, when more establishments were added, it lured people like raccoons, or tanuki in Japanese, which is how the street got its name. Sapporo is actually pretty competitive when it comes to ramen. There are so many ramen restaurants all over the city. So as you've seen as well in Tanuki-Koji, there were so many ramen restaurants just in that area. But if you really can't decide which one to go to, then I recommend Ramen Yokocho. So this is a small ramen alley, and there are so many little ramen restaurants down here, and this is the best place to go if you want a good bowl of ramen, but you don't really want to explore all over the city. It's very narrow down here, but it's very cozy and so traditionally Japanese. I love it. Now we're here as early as we possibly can be, and there's already people waiting. That's how popular this area is. So we've made our decision and we're going to go here, which is Higuma. So yeah, come and join us while we enjoy a lovely hot bowl of ramen. So we're now inside the ramen restaurant, and it's very cozy and small in here, so it's very traditionally Japanese. It's nice and warm as well. There are actually many different types of ramen you can order here. I love the variety, but there's not too much. It's not an overwhelming menu. It's really nice. Most of the options on the menu were different variations of Sapporo's miso ramen, keeping the miso broth and thicker, eggier noodles. This made it easy to ensure you can enjoy the local specialty. So our ramen has arrived and it looks incredible, and you can smell how warm and spicy it is. So this is actually miso ramen but with spice added to it. So Sapporo is famous for miso ramen, and I decided to get it with a little bit of a twist. Since it's so cold outside, I figured I could use the extra spice to heat myself up. I know that it's spicy because already just by smelling it, it hits the back of my throat. I'm excited to try it. Itadakimasu. The spice is definitely delayed, but the noodles are nice and chewy and firm, and the spice is lovely, but there is a delay. It hits after. I love the rich flavor of the miso. Even though we've got some spice added to this, you can still taste that aromatic miso flavor, and the vegetables still have quite a lot of crunch as well. It really is an explosion of flavor and textures. It's so good. The minced pork is a little bit sweet. That's really nice against the spiciness of the broth. Ooh, that's good. Perfect. The the egg is cooked perfectly. It really calms down that spice just a little bit, like temporary relief. That has warmed me right up. Oh, there's the delayed spice again. The kara miso ramen uses 3 different chili pastes as well as their special miso to create a rich, spicy flavour. They also switched out the traditional sliced pork for minced pork. Like most ramen restaurants in Japan, you can see the chefs working hard to create your dish. I have chitose tsuru, which is a sake made in Hokkaido, and they actually served it in this glass that was chilled in the fridge the entire time, so it's nice and cold. And let's try it. Kanpai. Ooh, that's really nice. It's very rich. It's got a very rich flavour to it, but it's still so smooth, and that's one of the things I love the most about sake. Its smoothness. Oh, the temperature is perfect for it. Wow. Most people would probably say that ramen and beer are the perfect combination, but you should really try ramen and sake because that is an underrated combination. It's really good. Especially if you have a spicy ramen, both the sake and the ramen work well together to warm you up in cold weather. At least it worked for me. In Japan, it's common to enjoy your ramen with dumplings. These boiled dumplings had a delightful ginger flavour that was a perfect contrast to the spicy ramen. Chitose tsuru is a local sake brewed here in Sapporo. It was established in 1872 and uses rice grown in Hokkaido. So the ramen and the dumplings and the sake was so delicious, and I should definitely mention the earlier you get here the better. I mean, of course all the stores open at 11 a.m, but as soon as we got in, instantly the whole restaurant was full, instantly. And that's because they're so traditionally Japanese and they are very small restaurants with counter seating only. But I just need you to be aware that if you come and check this place out, come as early as possible. It is insanely popular, and it's so easy to see why. You get that traditional Japanese ramen experience here with the small alleyway, the enclosed restaurants, the cozy atmosphere. It is honestly a fantastic experience, but definitely get here early. In Susukino, there is not only one ramen street, there's also 2. The difference is this one is slightly newer and it's actually all indoors, which is completely fascinating to me because I've never seen anything like a street, but also indoors. So you really are spoiled for choice here when it comes to ramen. And if you love ramen, I guess this must be the perfect place for you. So we've talked about miso ramen being one of the most popular dishes in Sapporo, but what I haven't mentioned is also seafood. So you can see this crab behind me here, and that's a massive indicator of how popular seafood is, not just in Sapporo, but in Hokkaido itself. So if ramen isn't really your thing, definitely try some of the seafood whilst you're here. Or why not have both? They also have a lot of ramen options with seafood in the recipe. So you really are spoilt for choice. Also, if you love sake just like I do, it's always really good with seafood. So that's another tip for you. Well, that's it for today's video. I've had an amazing time and a delicious experience eating ramen here in Sapporo. I really hope you guys come and see Sapporo for yourself, maybe explore Susukino. It really is a lot of fun, even though it's a little bit cold. I still recommend it. It's worth mentioning that this ramen alley, as well as everywhere else in Sapporo City, take on a different life at nighttime. Everything looks so different, and I think it's amazing, and you should really experience both. It's incredible how drastically this city changes between day and night, but I really, really love it, and I'm sure you will too. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon.